Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet where we answer questions to learn a little bit more about what it means to be human. All advice is final and legally binding. James, we have a real chock-a-block episode for the viewer and the listener this week. We're talking about hate comments. We've got a little cheeky promo. We're talking about microwave chicken. And very excitedly, we're talking about bosses who Photoshop themselves too much. It's going to be all that and more on this week's episode of The Advisory. Could I please, if you don't mind, hey, I don't want to impose.
Yeah.
I don't want to impose.
Okay.
But if it's not too much trouble, could I please see and hear the legal disclaimer?
You can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very polite of you.
The following show features goofs performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Black Swan Society and the idiots in front of you must insist that no one attempt to actually follow any advice spewed into the world on this show.
Now, James, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. I did, in fact, get a haircut, and it looks good. So that was sort of nothing else to address vis-a-vis this week's episode and the sort of time slot under which we are recording.
You really got to work on topic A, huh? You really got to work on topic A for the show. You jotted down. You said, guys, leading topic for the show, the fuzz on my nut got cut. Tell them about it.
Tell them about it. They need to know about it, James. They need to know about it. What would you have preferred we started with?
Our very first hate comment, David.
We
know you start to know that you're starting to make it and you're coming out of faking it and you're coming into hate. You know, everyone says that. It's a very common
Was that a
common
freestyle
thing.
bar just there? Like, what was that?
Occasionally my words are filled with rhyme and wonder. So
Right.
you're welcome, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like when you start to get hate on the internet? See, that's, when people are like, hey, well, it's got to be polarizing or whatever the fuck. And it's like, no. It's the internet. It's a cesspool filled with hatred. Like, just because you get hate on the internet, you're not making it. You've just stumbled across the wrong person's timeline.
It's just a numbers game where, like, with enough people, eventually someone's going to tell you to kill yourself.
That's true.
Which is fun.
That's what they don't teach you in, that that pickup artist bullshit that those losers do. They always say, you always hear them waffling on about, hey, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. If you just go up to every woman in the bar and your opening line is, hey, come home with me, eventually someone's going to say yes. And it's very much like that. You spend enough time on the internet putting something, you craft something, you make something, maybe you get a little vulnerable, you show a little piece of yourself and you put it out on the internet and you said, hey, I made this. And someone will say,
someone comes in and they go,
kill yourself.
Kill
and they
yourself.
Beat it up.
And they
kill yourself.
And they spit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. The internet's great. And I think, it's awesome that people treat each other like tabs in a Google Chrome browser now. It's sick. I'm very excited about the future. I think it's promising.
So I just want to say a very special thank you to Choco Balls, our very first hate comment. Last video we put out on TikTok, which was famously David talking about his body doing the talking and the walking, and Choco Balls decided to inform us that 3 words. No fat on his hate comment.
A lot of people can learn from this.
Yeah.
A lot of people can learn. Always with the paragraphs on the internet. This guy, succinct to the point.
Yeah, he leads a very minimalist, hate-filled lifestyle. And he just came in with 3 words, and he just said, The Virgin Podcast.
The Virgin Podcast. Oh, shit. It's clean.
Delicious.
It's beautiful. It conveys exactly what it needs to.
Got everything you need,
Yeah.
Which I wasn't aware that we had stumbled across the real pickup artist Playboy timelines. And then they obviously saw our virgin loser shit that we make.
Our Virgin energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was there a hashtag you included that might have been the issue? Like, is it? I don't want to victim blame, but like, was it something we did?
we did put in hashtag pickup artist, and that might have been
Ooh,
where we sort of
that might
crossed.
have been in the old
crossed over,
algo rhythm. That might have
Yeah.
just sort of slipped us in there.
Yeah. You got to be careful with your
Yeah.
hashtags. No one warns you about,
No one tells you the
the
dangers.
algo slips that you can make with your hashtags. So
Now, here's a question. Do you think they're saying it's a podcast for virgins? Is it a podcast by virgins, or
There it
both?
is.
Or it's a podcast about virgins?
I think it could be they could be going with the by virgins for virgins approach. So,
The advisory.
Yeah.
That's the bumper sticker. That's the slogan. The
New
advisory
merch.
by virgins.
new merch coming soon. The advisory by virgins for virgins.
Can we get that on a TV show? I absolutely wear that. That's brilliant.
And
There's
writers.
not enough virgin content, James. Not enough virgin
Well,
oriented. It's all fucky fuck stuff, and it's all
exactly.
It's all I'm trying to fuck stuff. There's not enough content for virgins.
There
by
is.
virgins.
I feel like there's. Yeah, these are really things that we need to like have the post show to chat about. But really quickly, I've always thought, when I grew up as a kid or whatever, there was people like, your Eminems, your Marilyn Mansons or whatever, and they were stepping on a lot of conservative toes. Turns out when you rip a couple pages out of a Bible on stage, it
People get weird
upsets a
about
few
it.
people
Yeah.
in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mhm.
And I thought, hey, we've done it. And I thought, we can never get to a place where we can do things that are like shocking and that would have the same, Eminem and Marilyn Manson, that famously they were boycotted, they were banned from entering certain countries to do shows and things like that. And I thought, like, man, we're never going to see this again. You know what I mean? We're never going to see a
Right.
time where people are going to be so outraged and so up in arms, and everything's going to be lame from here on out. But I didn't predict, famously, I always fuck up my predictions.
Yeah, James is famous for that. I'm always saying behind his back, this guy can't predict shit.
Can't predict for shit. I didn't foresee that society would regress back to a point where we now like there's a really big push, particularly online, for this whole re-upping a conservative values movement.
Big time.
Really getting deep in some anachronistic bullshit and heading back in time and getting real shit about stuff. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's time we go back to the 1950s when
Exactly.
things were good.
Exactly.
When things were famously good and not the worst and terrible and horrifying.
So
Famously.
I was going to say that maybe an angle could have been doing a podcast by verges for verges. But again, we're just sort of regressing back to that whole conservative attitude, not busting nuts before you sort of tie the knot and all that good stuff.
Okay.
yeah.
So it's by virgins for virgins because they're all religious folk.
Well, yeah, and we're heading back to it now. So it's not going to be quite the unique angle that we were hoping for. So we might have to head back to the drawing board, maybe.
And this is a pitch. You don't have to say yes or no now.
Okay.
What if we did an advice show about internet advice that was kind of left-leaning in a particular kind of way, where it doesn't really feel political and just feels really about like kind of the humanist angle, and it's also kind of funny, and sometimes we do advice on it. I'm just saying we could try that as an exercise if that's running against the grain of the resurgence of conservatism. Maybe that's the edge. Is
right.
Maybe the edge is treating people like people and having a bit of fun doing some goofs while we do it.
You know what? That could be the against the grain Marilyn Manson of 2023 energy that we need.
Yeah.
On this podcast to really sort of.
We could call it. This might sound crazy. We could call it the advisory even.
No, the name sucks. The name sucks. That's trash.
It's not very SEO friendly. Also, it's not really just like, I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? The advisor. I mean, it's an advice show.
Well, see, it doesn't matter.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Either way, it doesn't matter because we're going to be rich. Okay, we're going to be rich. We're going to be famous. We've had our first endorsement offer on the podcast. That
That's
came
exciting.
through this week.
Okay.
Now, I have suspicions that it's perhaps a bot spam account.
Okay.
Because of
Let's
Be-
not put ourselves down.
right.
But
well,
we're worthy of
I have those suspicions.
promotion.
Absolutely, we are. It's just I have those suspicions because that's absolutely what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, in the interest of having this meeting on air,
Yeah.
the lawyers are shaking their heads, but we're going to do it. What are you going to come out of the? You going to come into the booth and stop us? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I fucking thought. That's what I fucking thought, Carl. Sit down. I shouldn't have antagonized him. Like
Very
that.
aggressive.
He
It's
looks
very
really
aggressive
bad.
energy.
Yeah, it's,
But what I did love so much about this message was, first of all, it opened with so it's like, I guess it's like a pet company selling stuff or whatever. Opened with just
what?
the word paw and then a dog emoji. So I don't
Oh,
know.
poor, like PAW, not.
Yeah.
I thought they were calling us poor because we need the money. But you're poor. Here's a dog emoji.
Oh, that would have been pretty good actually. Yeah.
That's how I think a lot of people in email drip marketing campaigns, they're not talking about the value of straight up insulting your recipient to get their attention.
That's a very good point actually, because you get the email and it tells you about, oh, here's the services we provide, the value that we can bring. You're gonna be rolling in money.
Right.
Stop selling me an idealized future. Sell me a painful reality. You're poor. You need this.
You need it. Hey, ugly. Here's some skincare.
What's up? What's up, Fuggo? You know, in the tagline, and it just has like an emoji pointing at me, and I go, oh shit, okay, maybe I do need.
You
this.
dress like trash. Here's a discount at Maya.
Get some style, you piece of shit. And I'm like,
Get
oh,
some
whoa,
style. You're embarrassing.
Okay, stop embarrassing yourself out on the streets.
People who know you see you wear that shit. Get some fucking new shit. Get some new clothes.
Go with the subject line. Your friends are laughing at you. You go, oh shit. Okay. Damn.
That's so good. Like your friends are talking about you behind your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
It's all negative.
They hate you. And to really sort of like old school BuzzFeed like Stizzle and be like, you won't believe what David said. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Fuck. What's he saying?
What's he saying about me?
You won't. Oh my god. You won't believe what your friend said about that outfit you wore last week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But what I loved about it so much was that it opened with, quote, I took a bit of time to check out your account and review your profile, and we're interested to sponsor your pet. So I like the idea of opening with, hey, I've done my due diligence here, and I'm here to sponsor your pet.
Now, James, just for the listener,
yeah,
do you have a pet of some kind?
Well, I mean, if you head over to BLK Swan Society on Instagram, you'll notice a distinct lack of pets.
Weird.
Which is sort of
strange
that maybe there's a pet. Do you have a pet? You've got a pet, probably.
Me? No, I don't.
So
here's the thing. So I'm confused. Have they mistaken us for someone else?
Well, they said by being.
Do they think we own a swan, James?
Oh, that could be it. It's
because it's
animal
in the name,
related in the
Black
name.
Swan
Yeah.
Society. Yeah.
Well, they said that by being a model, you will get 3 to 4 free items of your desire and gift cards, huge exposure, plus lots of amazing benefits.
Okay. I'm suddenly interested.
Well, sorry, are we the model now, or is my pet the model? My dog.
Are we gonna have to buy a swan? Is that sort of a?
I assumed we'd do that on our 12-month
anniversary,
like an anniversary. Yeah.
I don't know how to. I'm not sure I'm equipped for swan upkeep, but we can take that offline.
We do need to be quick though, because quote, due to very high demand, there's only 3 spaces left.
Dude,
So,
we got to get on that.
I already did. I already got back to them.
You signed us.
yeah.
What
We're
pet did you tell
committed.
them we have?
I said you had 3 cats.
What?
So,
You said that to them?
Yeah.
James, we're already the Virgin podcast. You don't need to broadcast my embarrassing
know.
personal life.
Right. But they did. The check did clear already. They sent us $2,500 for 7 sponsored posts. So you're gonna
I don't even have social media to share these on.
Okay, you are gonna need to find 3 cats within the next 14 to 21 days and make several pieces of content. So
can he do this? Is he allowed to do this?
I've already done it.
Why are they nodding? Why are they nodding at me? I don't. Did you clear this with?
They approved.
Sorry,
it.
Did you clear this with our lawyers without speaking to me?
Look, the CFO said this podcast is 31 episodes deep. Right. It needs to start generating some revenue, and I said I don't disagree.
If Jenny fucks me again on something like this, where she backs me into a corner to do something for this company I didn't agree to, that's beyond my position description, I'm gonna fucking walk. So
I very specifically said to Jenny, David doesn't own any cats. He'd have to buy cats. And she said to me, and this is a very good business tip, you got to spend money to make money. And I
hadn't thought of it that way.
It is true.
I hadn't thought of it that way. That's really wise, actually. Yeah. And Jenny, just so that you know, if you're listening to this, you know, I know that performance reviews are coming up and an annual pay review is coming up. And like, I just think, you know, your leadership in this company has just been really incredibly invaluable. And I'm happy to do whatever I can to support this business. If that does include finding 3 cats on pretty short notice, and also signing up for social media and learning how it works and taking this post and earning that $2,500, you know, I'm more than happy to do it. I apologize for my attitude before. I didn't realize it was such an inspired idea.
Thank you.
That's really on me, I think.
That means a lot to everyone on the team.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I know sometimes, like, you know, I sometimes I get in my own head and it's like, is he a team player or is he not? But I promise, you know, it's I am, and I'm here for you guys to support you.
Yeah, quite a lot of outbursts sort of behind the scenes from you. So it's good. I'm just saying it's good to see, you know, some positive things being said about the team from you, and hopefully that gets morale up. So
yeah, leadership's difficult in it. You know, I think sometimes people are afraid of negativity, but it is a really valuable part of the process. So, you know, that's sort of, I just think a lot of people don't appreciate that, appreciate me. And I hear you guys talking in the lunchroom when you think I'm out of the building.
Right.
And I just want to say, and I brought this up to HR and they basically told me to go away. I just want to say that, as the co-founder, who apparently has no authority and no decision-making power, don't know how that worked out, and who basically is just a pretty face for camera, right? All I want to say is that I feel like sometimes the way that you guys talk about me behind my back, when you think I'm not around, if I am around and I hear it, it's pretty hurtful. And so I feel like my negativity is really just sort of a reflection of you guys being negative toward me.
Oh shit!
And
okay.
so
he's
you know,
victim blaming. He's victim blaming. Okay,
I'm the victim because you guys are bullying me.
We're the victim. So, we're the victim of you, and now you're blaming us for you sort of verbally berating us. So
you got. Wow,
I'm so glad that fucking we had that meeting when you were out of town and we decided to dilute your stocks, dude. I'm so glad we zucked you. I mean, like, it is just. But you also can't leave because that contract will ruin you. It'll ruin you. So,
right. It's good.
Yeah.
Really should have really thought they were my lawyers because I hired them. It turns out to not be the case. Definitely should have checked the contract before I signed it.
Yeah. So always got to read that fine print. Got to read that fine print.
Yeah, I learned my lesson about that one. Maybe we should do some advice.
I don't see why not. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we could. Hey, you don't have to like. It doesn't have to be a serious commitment. We might just, you know, get some advice and fool around a bit, like when I'm trying to fall in love or whatever, you know. But we might like it. This comes from Reddit.
Is he allowed to say
Yeah.
that stuff? Because yeah, I know the energy shifted in here a lot after he said that, didn't it? Yeah,
I've never seen you go dead behind the eyes faster.
he's not allowed to. I knew he wasn't allowed to. Put the meeting on. Yeah, with HR. Perfect.
James, this one comes from Fried Kappa on Reddit. Okay, a bit of context. I've been living in a rented apartment with 3 people for a while, over 3 years. The first year I lived here, I lost a bag of microwave chicken that I was going to eat for dinner and found in the garage. Now, before we say anything else, what the fuck is a bag of microwave chicken? Is that like an American thing?
I don't. Does he mean like a Coles whole roast chicken? Because they come in a bag.
It says a bag of microwave chicken.
Bag of
I don't
microwave
know.
chicken.
Microwave chicken. What the fuck? I'm not getting any real conclusive results here.
I mean,
Microwave chicken.
you can buy pulled chicken that you then reheat in the microwave. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what this means at all, just like candidly. But that's neither here nor there. I only just clocked that reading this now that I have no idea what microwave chicken is. If you know, please send us an email or leave a comment, because I'm not even sure what that means. Like, is it frozen? Like, I've very much at a loss there. So anyway, I lost a bag of microwave chicken and I found it in the garbage. Someone, presumably one of my housemates, had eaten it. I asked, but everyone denied it. So I assumed it was a mistake. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, sure.
Sure. You just ate the whole bag of... Okay, mistake. Hey, I tripped, took it out of the fridge, put it in the microwave, waited 3.5 minutes, took it out, put it in a bowl, ate it, and then put the bag in the bin. But it was like, I tripped. It was a complete accident. It was an accident. It was a mistake.
So I assumed it was an accident. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast forward a few years later, and it happens again. This time, a bag of ham that I 100% know I bought. What is this dude's diet? A bag of ham?
Sure.
Does it come in bags?
Not the ham that I buy.
I guess if you go to the butcher, yeah. I guess my ham. I get my ham in bags. Now I can't find, just by taking everything out of the fridge twice. I would check the garbage, but it's kind of nasty, and I don't think it's super necessary. Bear in mind, these are only 2 incidents I'm 100% sure of having happened. There might have been more that I've missed. Any advice? I feel like going to them directly is not an option, given I've asked before and got nothing. I mean, you have to set a trap, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like, this is the moment where you go and get some delicious microwave chicken.
You know what? Look, as professional, fully licensed advice givers on the internet, it actually is starting to piss me off that people are not. There's no, hey, look, here's the problem that I'm having, and here are 2 solutions that I tried already, and not really seeing any results from them. Do you sort of have any other ideas for things that I could potentially try? And it's like, so you didn't try anything.
Didn't try anything.
nothing.
This is first cab off the rank for solving this problem is Reddit.com.
That's heinous to me, because my mind immediately goes to decoy bag of chicken.
Decoy bag of chicken, and here's what I'm thinking. I don't know how you would do it, because I don't know how it works with like real money or whatever. But you know, in the films, in like a bank heist, the bills will have like ink on them that you can't wash off.
Oh,
could you put that on the outside of the bag of chicken, and then when fucking Freddy goes into the kitchen at 11 p.m. When he's smoked a wee bit of the devil's lettuce and fancies a bit of a snack, and he goes and he plucks that bad boy out. When he comes into the kitchen in the morning and he's ready to go to his job, and you say, "What's that on your hands there, my friend?" And then he's all you caught your culprit, you know?
Yeah, like oh, dude, that's perfect. Like anti-climb paint. They'll put special paint on stuff so you can't like climb up it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
got all the shit on your hands. Dude,
Yep.
hell yeah. A fucking like dye packet ready to go off.
Maybe could you have it explode? You know, the second you try and remove it, bang, the dye, you're covered in it. You know.
Yeah, as you pull out the bag, you unravel it and you open the bag. If you open it incorrectly, you just get fucking dye packeted right in the face.
That's just reminding me of that video you sent me the other day of the guy opening the loot box and it's
The
just
box of blood. Yeah. Yeah.
It's that, but for chicken.
But like, and really
You know?
go out of your way. You know what I mean? Like, write all on the outside of it, like Jeremy's microwave chicken. Do not eat.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay, you're really making it clear.
Yeah.
If you touch this, you're breaching the trust of this share house, which is sacred.
Because I don't
Okay.
want someone to be like, oh man, I'm so hungry. Like, you know, flicking through the fridge, and then they're like, oh, what is this? And they don't even know what it is. And they open it and get innocently dye packeted right in the eyes.
Mm.
I want to dye packet the cunt that knows what he's doing. The
You-
little rat-fingered fuckwit who's been stealing my ham. He's been stealing my chicken. You get dye packeted right in the fucking face, cunt. You know
Is
what I
there a
mean?
way to like but first of all, I think as far as advice goes, fucking nailed it in one. Sometimes it's like it's a gift, frankly, what we do. And that was one instance where it just sort of seamless, I think.
Yeah.
You know, really just chef's kiss. You're fucking welcome. I do have a question though, because you haven't lived in a share house, as we explored with Patrick.
Yeah.
One of the things that happens in a share house is sometimes, if you live with people that are fucking honest, sometimes, James, you get a bit hangry, and you get a bit hungry, and someone might, you know, eat some of your food and go, hey, yo, I was fucking starving, and so I did eat one of your frozen pizzas, but when I go shopping today, I'm gonna replace it. You go,
Okay.
well, okay. You go, okay, that's
Yeah.
hey, you know what? That's fine. How do you feel about that as a scenario? Because I feel like because you haven't had to experience firsthand the trauma of, you know, that you have that thing in the fridge that you're just like, you got your heart set on, and you're
Well,
like, this will make.
That's the thing. It's so contextual, because it's like, hey, look, I ate your thing. I'm gonna replace it or whatever. Cool, that's fine. As long as they replace it, cool, whatever. But I mean, like, if all day you've been like, oh, dude, I am fanging that fucking caramel chocolate when I get home. Oh, get out of here, chocolate. Get out of here, vanilla. I'm fucking that caramel.
Milk, baby.
The
Let's go
second
caramel, baby. Let's
I
go.
get home today, I am gonna fucking devour that caramel fucking bar. You know what I mean?
You're just
And
really
you
getting
find
in there. Yeah.
fucking rough day, you know, all that bullshit, struggling to find a car park at work, all that fucking everything. Finally get home, coming through the door, ready to just fucking kick off them shoes, tuck into some caramel.
Get the
You
dogs out.
you
pour a
open
glass
up-
of wine. Have some caramel.
You
know?
open
That's
up the
what you want.
cupboard, caramel gone, and your
Devastating.
roommate comes in and is like, "Ah, so sorry, man. I ate that caramel, but you know, when I go to the shops later, I'll get you back." I might end him right there and then.
Yeah, you might kill a man,
Yeah.
like, for real. There is a spectrum. You make a good point. Here's the thing. I think treats is a no-go zone.
Right. Okay.
For some reason, frozen food seems less egregious to me, because that's already on the back burner. Like, if you're buying a frozen item, that's not a prior. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
that's
yeah.
kind of that's in reserve already.
There's so much like prep time that goes into that, you know. By the
Yeah.
time I get out the frozen thing, I have to defrost it, or I got to fucking preheat or do whatever the fuck, you know.
And
They
it's-
could have
you
nipped
know
off to the
it's-
shops and been back
Yeah.
and been done.
And like, you know, it's in there because like it's a backup in case I don't feel like cooking or I haven't thought about, like, you know, it's a backup situation. I feel like there are certain things where treats is a good one. If you're a big sweets person, I feel like treats is a big one. Something that I think is inconceivable to me that a human would do is, I will very often at the start of the week go to the butcher and buy like all of my meat and stuff. But I'll often get like, you know, cut of eye fillet or a cut of Scotch fillet or something, like a nice steak. it is physically inconceivable to me that when I was living in a share house, someone would look at that and be like, I'm gonna cook myself up that steak and I'll just get Dave back. Like, I feel like there are certain foods where it is an unforgivable crime. You know, like I just feel like
Dog.
there's a threshold.
You're in. The elevator comes up to your floor. You're in it. Long day at work. Door opens. On your floor, I smell the sweet, delicious aroma of someone cooking up a steak. And I go, oh, man, that smells good.
I can't wait to tuck in to mine.
That's actually, I might have my steak tonight because, doesn't that smell good? And then I get, and I go,
kind of smells like my marinade a little bit. That's weird.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's really
weird.
got the, I smell the extra garlic that I like to put in there. It's strange.
Like the sticky garlic salt barbecue glaze that I spread on it.
And as you walk down the corridor, you're getting closer and closer. The smell getting stronger,
intensifies.
A sizzle heard, that is only growing in intensity.
And it sounds like my cast iron skillet that I exclusively use to cook steak. That's weird. That's my custom skillet that I had made. I custom ordered, custom built, custom delivered from a piece of iron that I sent to a shop. That's weird. Huh.
From that piece of drift iron that you collected from the beach that you sent off to have artisanally shaped and crafted.
It was from a bunch of old skillets from Sizzler. Anyway, it's not important. Keep going.
It was a bunch of other skillets that you had melted down into one superior
powerful skillet. Yeah, exactly.
The key goes in, you turn the lock, you open, a rush hits, wafts over the senses. The sizzle so loud, the smell so intense, and you round that corner and your fucking roommate's in there grilling up your steak.
He's grilling your steak. He's opened a bottle of your beer. He's got a glass of your whiskey, and he is having the night that you were gonna have.
Oh, he's having your night. He's having your night.
He's listening to your fucking Spotify account, right? Like, and he turns to you, right? He's listening to Bill Withers because that's what you do when you cook a steak. And he turns to you and he looks you dead in the eye, and he goes, "D-Mac, sorry, bro, I'll get you back.
Get you back next time, buddy."
Yeah, so I'll get you when I go to the butcher.
And you stand and you look at the night, your night. I am third-personing my night right now. You'd kill a man. You'd kill him. You'd have to. You'd have to.
Because you'd find out that he's fucked your girlfriend. Okay, he's sleeping in your bed. He's eating your food. He's taking your credit cards. He's using your identity. He's using your email account.
He may as well at that point. You may as well.
You've
taken everything else from me.
Take it.
Have the rest of my life.
Have everything.
Have all of it.
Hey, take all of it. Take all of it. You can drive my brother to the hospital next week. You can fucking cook lunch for my mom on Friday. Just take it all, bro, because you know what? You already fucking have. You already crossed the fucking line.
Here's the keys to my car.
I'm done.
Take it.
Here are my keys. Here's my wallet. There's my wardrobe. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
You've got a meeting tomorrow at 9.
Yeah. Which you don't want to go to, but you're going to have to give that fucking pre-sales presentation. Good luck, because I'm underprepared. Watch how fucking prepared you are. Here's my fucking password to my work account so you can check my notes.
He flips the laptop around. Full pitch deck. Already made. He's already on top of it. He's done it. He's like, you mean this pitch? Wow. And at that point, he's earned it. He's
at some point, the steak, it's really, I'm doing him a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a better haircut. His beard makes more sense. Honestly, my girlfriend likes him more.
He's cooked that
better
steak.
With money.
He's cooked that steak better than I ever could. That's hard to admit.
He somehow finessed the line between medium rare and rare, but in a way that like has sealed everything in properly. That's really hard to do, especially in a skillet, because
he's found a new level of doneness.
He has.
Yeah.
He's confit those potatoes really well.
He has invented a new level of doneness between medium and medium rare. Okay. I don't know how he does it, but he's
You know
earned
what?
it.
He's
He's
salted
earned
it the perfect amount, and he's peppered it the perfect amount. And it's, you know what? If I'm being fucking honest, he's flash fried those green beans in a pan with a little bit of parmesan, a little bit of pepper. Oh my god, nailed the potatoes as well and some duck fat. Like this guy has he's made a red wine jus. I mean,
Wow.
like at a certain point, am I the imposter? Like, what are
Yes.
we doing?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to, because I think the dye packet is great. Obviously solved it. But what I want someone, what I want this person to do with that advice is
Mhm.
make it your own, A dye packet, yeah, it's very involved, but take that idea and run with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
get,
Okay.
a shittier version of microwave chicken and maybe toss it in vinegar, and then sit it in
Oh.
vinegar for like 2 days, take it out, strain it out, put it back into the bag, chuck her in the fridge. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like fuck with the
Fine.
food.
Find your version of the dye packet.
Find your version of the dye packet.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I mean you could I think my version would be if you sort of if you soaked it in rat poison, possibly. Because then when he eats it, he won't be able to eat your food again. So that really solves that one, I think.
No, yeah, that is
Yeah.
that is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
problems call for drastic measures, James.
Right.
He was fucking my girlfriend.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you were going to go with like a really sort of like tepid version where,
That is normally my maneuver,
Where
yeah. Where I'm
you-
like,
where
just
you-
oversalt the chicken a little.
well, yeah, that's a nice little
Yeah.
subtle one, but I thought you were going to switch it out with like tempeh or seitan. So it's sort of like the vegan alternative to a shredded chicken.
Like
And
a
then-
worse version.
Yeah, and they eat it and they don't really notice. And then you have to jump out and be like, ha ha! That's not even chicken that you're eating. That is
You're eating bean sprouts.
you're
you
eating
fucking idiot.
tempeh, moron. Like that type of energy.
Right. I
You know.
think the issue with that is it's not as it's not permanent enough for me.
Oh,
I
that's
want
not the
him
route I'm gonna go, yeah.
Yeah, I want him to never be able to do this to me again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate my scotch. He ate my steak and drank my scotch, and it has in my life now. So I'm trying to solve this one. Trying to solve this one. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, solved it.
Yep. Don't feel great about it, but we did do it.
Yeah. Really sort of
Solved the
ended with
advice.
two of like, oh man, that really sort of, because one way ended with them being the victim being sort of like the double loser, because the perpetrator sort of ended up with their steak, their scotch, their girlfriend, their life. And then
Mhm.
the other side of it was sort of like a brutal murder, it seems like. So
Sometimes, James, life is full of extremes. Okay?
yeah. I'm just
full
saying
of
it's a
extremes.
weird energy to be walking away from that
Right.
after that solved piece of advice. It's a strange energy to be leaving with it, because normally I feel like a
Well,
sense of accomplishment, like, oh, we did it, we conquered it, we conquered that problem, advice. And then now we're sort of walking away like, hey, I know where the body's buried, you know where the body's buried, and let's never
Right.
talk about it ever again for the rest of our lives. Like,
You know what
that's
it is?
what it
It's
feels
like, yeah, it's like we made 3 seasons of really good television, and then we were forced to make a 4th one, and we really phoned it in,
Yeah.
and it sort of spoiled the legacy of the other 3 seasons a little bit.
And you could really feel in that final season that we did that we'd run out of story. You could feel that
finished.
you could really feel that we had told all of the story we had planned to tell.
Yeah,
And then we were just sort of
we
making it
kinda
up.
had to keep going because of the
Yeah.
network, and now it's like,
Ugh.
we had to we sort of tied a lot of things off, and then we had to sort of invent artificial reasons for conflict to kind of reemerge between our characters.
And the worst thing was because like before the final season, the first 3 was sort of anyone ever talked about, and then that final 4th one came out, and then just no one talks about the show at all, and it was like so popular, like weird.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's that's just capitalism, baby. So let's talk about our feature question.
Definitely. And so my personal advice on that one is tell the story you want to tell in the way you want to tell it, but also don't put out the show before the book. You know what I mean? Don't put out the show before the book.
I would
wait. Just wait.
And probably and this I would probably if you get offered a Star Wars project while you're making one of the most successful shows on television, maybe finish the show first, because if you don't do a good job, there's a chance that they might not give you the Star Wars thing. So there's that as well to keep in mind. Just a general advice,
right,
for everybody.
Very general, really very general, very specific advice. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
James, our feature question this week is entitled "The Boss Who Photoshopped Their Way to the Top."
Love it.
We love a good workplace story. We love a good technology story. We love a good story. All those things.
Love the Adobe suite of product.
Oh, we pay an annual subscription
I
to
can't
use
get
them.
enough of paying this company $1,000 every year.
It's great. And I love that Photoshop still doesn't work on my $10,000 PC for no reason. It just won't boot. It just doesn't work. I have to use one of my laptops to do that because my machine that is specifically designed for this kind of work just won't open Photoshop. And when I email Adobe support, they say install the latest update. And I've done that for a year and a half. And you know what? It still doesn't open.
So great products then.
So we love, big fans.
Yeah.
Really
leaving ourselves open to potential Adobe sponsorships there. Yeah.
Really shot us in the foot there. Hey, if they fix my computer issue, then I'm all here for it. Okay.
Okay. I'm still here for it. Because I would just like to sort of get them because it's like I feel like their ad money coming in would sort of shave off again $1,000 a year anyway. So it's fine.
James, I work at a respected firm in a niche industry. I graduated college this year, so I'm the newest person here. Besides my manager, I'll call her Elizabeth, everyone else has worked here for 15 years or more and has decades of experience in the industry. When Elizabeth was hired as a manager last year, the firm didn't have any kind of social media presence. She changed that and she set up social media accounts for the firm. The industry is changing and other firms, as well as our clients, all use it now. Since she was the only person at the firm who knew how to use and run social media, she was put in charge of the accounts. So far, so good. There is something Elizabeth is doing which makes her and the firm look bad and is causing problems with our clients and in general. When she is in a photo she posts to our social media, she photoshops herself. I don't mean she removes one blemish. She makes herself taller, thinner, lengthens her hair and legs, makes her teeth whiter, etc.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
The photoshopping is not great, and anyone can tell she has altered the photo.
Oh, no.
I forgot this. She has accidentally given herself an extra arm or hand, removed a leg, or posted with a distorted or bent background.
Oh,
Sometimes changes to her nose, eye color, or chest size make her look like a different person.
I remember there was our like high school formal photos. One guy wore like a foot like just dude looked like he was from the 1930s, you know what I mean? Like just really went for it. And I appreciate someone who's going for it. You know, he had a vision in his mind and he wanted the long tails on the coat, you know? He wanted the top hat. You got, and fine, do it. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is though that he was very bad at editing some of the individual shots of himself. And you could tell that he tried to stretch them out to make himself appear thinner and taller. And it was just like, it was almost done so badly that if it was anyone else, you would think it was a joke. But it was like,
because that's sort of
yeah.
That's
Put it on
unfortunate.
Fiverr, mate. I don't know if Fiverr was a thing back then, but get someone,
Get James to do it. He's great with Photoshop.
Oh yeah, I love getting goofy on a Photoshop edit.
Yeah. That's half of our relationship. There's something Elizabeth is doing which makes her and the firm. Okay, we already talked about that. When a photo is taken at a conference or a client event, Elizabeth will look completely different than her photos taken and posted by others at the event versus the one she posts herself. Oh,
hell yeah.
So you might have like a side by side. The press, the PR person takes the photo, and then
Ace Energy's, fucking Facebook profile, and it's like her looking fucking normal, and then over here on like Corporate Cutco on our one, and she's like,
really
like
tall,
a whole foot taller, like she's got like a very chiseled look about her. Yeah.
This is incredible. If she is posing with a group and several people take photos of them, in the ones Elizabeth posts, she will be the tallest instead of the shortest, 5 to 75 pounds lighter, and her face will be filtered. The difference between the photos is staggering and not subtle. Tables and door frames in the background will be bent, and other people in the photo around her will look distorted. She never photoshops anyone else, but sometimes they look distorted or cut off because of the changes made to her. That is
love the commitment to that.
Incredible. Clients and people from other firms have called us out online and privately. I think it makes our credibility look bad. And when I asked Elizabeth about the policy on photoshopping photos, she said, I should understand how hard it is for women who have body issues when the standards of beauty are impossible.
Right.
Cool. That's not really... I just was asking about our policy vis-a-vis photoshopping images, and I don't know that... I mean... The firm's owner and others at the firm don't have a clue about social media and don't know what she is doing. I am half a foot taller than Elizabeth, but in a photo she made herself taller than me. Her hips were at my chest and it looked bizarre. My torso was partially missing where she slimmed hers. Clients have accused her and the firm of deception, and I know of 2 who have taken their business elsewhere because she photoshopped photos of herself at their events.
Good.
Or lied about doing it when they asked about her on social media.
Dude, good. Take your money elsewhere. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
What the fuck? Could you imagine?
Photoshop.
Your dog, like,
What?
insane. Oh, hey, does this impact our business or our business relationship whatsoever? Oh, none at all whatsoever. Is it impacting the services that we provide you? No. Is it impacting how much money you make? Is it impacting your business at all? No. Then why do you give a shit? Who cares? Also,
So bizarre.
it says very specifically at the top here that Elizabeth is the only one in the company that knows how to use social media. That's the price you pay when you've got Elizabeth running your socials. You fucking ancient pieces of shit should hire someone else then. If it's this much of an issue, then the solution is you hire a social media manager.
Yeah. Hire a
Done.
19-year-old. It's easy.
Oh yeah, we
They're
know
cheap
people
and
that
they
have
know what they're
taken they've taken their business elsewhere. I guarantee you that's not why they did it, because that's insane.
Look,
It'd be something that other companies joke about. You know what I mean? People would be like, dude, did you see the pictures that got posted from the event last night? She fucking photoshopped all of the images of herself again. You know what I mean? And people but don't care.
They're not like, oh yeah, we should take our $200,000 ARR and like move to a competitor. Like that, what? Like, and the way that this is phrased, right? If she's the only person doing it, it's not like you guys run a social media company. Like, if your thing that you did for a living was marketing and like social media marketing, and they were doing this, totally get it. Yeah. But like, you say it's a niche industry. Like, let's imagine it's like you're in something very niche, like, you know, something I came across the other week is like businesses that maintain and produce the metal for railways.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very competitive niche industry. I
Right.
don't think if a company in that industry was doing this, that someone would be like, yeah, the quality of the train tracks is really good,
Yeah.
but did you
Look,
see Elizabeth's social media
I know that
posts?
you guys are the best water tower maintenance service providers in the nation, okay? But I care a lot about my height, and I care a lot more so about the images I'm tagged in on social media. And if this woman tries to Photoshop herself above me again, I'm taking all of my business and my water towers and we're going somewhere else. We'll Avis shit. We'll Avis this shit. I'll go to the second best water tower maintenance service provider in the nation. Okay?
just because of this social
Just
media
because
shit.
of this. Now untag me from that shit.
For a very brief period of time, I was looking after the social media accounts at a business I worked at, which, as anyone who's listened to this show knows, terrible idea. I don't know anything about the internet anymore. And I got a DM once, and it was a photo of my boss's. He drove like a BMW i8, like a, $500,000 car,
Okay.
and the license plate was the same name as the business.
Sure.
Right? So nothing weird about that. But because he was a rich piece of shit, often what he would do is terrible things with his car. So he would frequently like park in disabled parking without a permit.
Mhm.
And one time I got a message on the Facebook account, and it was his BMW i8 parked across 3 parking spots at an angle. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
got it's got
Hell
the business
yeah.
name. And their message was like, hey, this is a really bad look for your business. Maybe you should say something about it.
Right, which was the edit,
And-
which was the words that you used when you told your boss the story, but the message actually came in and said, "What the fuck, cunt?" question mark. What the people who drive around in work cars or work trucks or whatever, and it's branded with the business, big bold letters, graphic design, logos, and everything, name, address, phone number, and
Yep.
it's like you're still driving around like a piece of shit. Or in this
like a fuckwit?
fucking
Yeah.
this fucking guy parking across several parking spots, dude.
Yeah. It's also-
Everyone
that's the
knows where
thing.
you work. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's also like parking. There's no reason to do that. I don't understand. Like,
Well, we already
Like,
knew he was
there's
a piece
never
of
a
shit
s-
because he's driving a Beamer. So
hey, he's a rich cunt.
there was actually
like-
there was a study done that actually showed it had to do with, it was set up so people were crossing a zebra crossing, and the more expensive the cars got, so Beamer, Mercedes-Benz, blah blah blah, all those top end
Mhm.
cars, the less likely they were to stop for someone in the middle of a zebra crossing.
That's not that surprising. Yeah,
So-
that honestly tracks with my worldview at
Yeah.
the moment. Yeah. Also, like, I remember as a kid, my stepdad saying that he refused to drive BMWs because they made cars for Hitler, and I was like, no, we're just poor. Like,
Yeah.
we could only ever really
but
afford like
you don't,
used
dude, but you don't
Subarus.
frame it like that. You just,
Yeah.
it's like someone's like, you can afford a Beamer? Ah, that's besides the point. That's
That's
Hey.
not what we're talking about.
We're not
This
talking
is
about
a
it here.
moral issue here.
Yes, exactly. This is not an issue about my finances. This is an issue about my morals. And I will not
It's not that
drive
I-
them for
it's
this reason.
It's not that I cannot afford one. It's that I shan't be driving one.
I don't cruise around in a Tessie because Elon, yuck,
Yucky,
and
yucky
not
boy.
because I can't afford a teched up futuristic space car that I would love to have. I mean, that I don't
And-
want.
that I don't want.
Yeah.
It has a really cool iPad in it that's very big and it is very efficient, and I could plug in. But I don't want that.
That's
I don't
a whole-
want that.
you- I'll tell you what. You're watching or listening this. You want to go down a really weird rabbit hole. Go look up all of the different subscription services that are offered for
For Teslas. It's
not
crazy.
just Teslas, all luxury cars. It is
Oh.
insane the features that they will paywall. It's wild.
What do you
Wild.
mean? Like what?
there are, I mean, certain ones like, heated seats or whatever and that bullshit. There are ones for even just recently, there was a thing about some woman's, I think it was a V-dub, got stolen and it had her kid in it. And so they, she contacted the police. Police contact V-dub. They're like, hey, want to track the car? And they were like, ooh, actually, that's $150 to turn on that premium feature to track the car. Yeah, dude.
What? James,
it's
my
wild.
kid is in the car that got stolen.
Guys, my kid's in the car. I get that. But unless that 150 hits my bank account, I'm not telling you where it is. All right?
What the fuck?
Figure it out. Yeah.
What?
This is
the
really recent.
kind of shit where like I feel like this is like the ultimate. This is like end stage capitalism in a nutshell. Fucking hell. I don't know what to think of that. I mean, I really think it's absurd that everything is a subscription anyway. Like, I just want to buy a thing and use a thing. Like, that's kind of where I'm at in my life.
Even if you throw into Google right now, VW car with kid inside, it's on every like news outlet. Volkswagen refused to track down mum's stolen car with infant inside until bill was paid. Because it's a...
for sure that it's some fucking like level 1 support worker on a call center that's like, well, my boss says, and like,
dog,
you know
my kid's in the car. Can this not be the day that you toe the company line? Do me a solid and ping it once.
Just once.
One time, one ping.
It's like, madam, I understand. Madam, please stop yelling.
I'll Venmo you a 20 to ping it once, okay?
That's where it's like, actually, madam, it's not within my control. The way that the operating system works is unless the premium feature is enabled from the invoicing service that is hooked up into our service, we actually can't activate that feature. No, man, there isn't a bypass. There isn't an administrative bypass. I'm sorry. You're going to need to wire that $150. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. So what we can do is we can set up the direct debit right now. Would you like to pay with credit card over the phone, or you want to jump on our website and set up sort of direct sort of bank transfer?
You could do direct bank transfer. You could do a wire we still take checks for some reason. We're not even really sure why either. It will take 2 weeks to clear, so that could be good or bad for your kid depending on who took him.
Yeah. So it sounds.
So you really?
It sounds a lot like this. I might actually charge you $250 for it, because it sounds like you're supply and demand.
Oh,
you really need this right now. So
that's what they call in the gig economy surge pricing, where the consumer is punished because the service provider doesn't have adequate coverage.
I'm trying to find other specific examples of what they're paywalling. There are things like, heated seats, remote start. There's
I'm
other
sure
like
that my
really
mom
weird
owned
stuff.
My mom owned a really fancy Mercedes for a while. I'm sure there's stuff that she was paying for.
Who is
we
this?
have enough time. Let me quickly call her. Hang on. Let's get my mom on the line. Give me a sec. Let me get Anne on the phone. She's gonna be busy now that I do this. This is the one time she's not gonna answer my call. I look like a fucking idiot.
I think this was BMW tried to get customers to pay $80 a year for access to Apple CarPlay.
She's not gonna answer, is she? It's gonna be embarrassing.
She's watching live.
She's like, I don't want to be on the show. I'm listening to it.
She's got it muted on the TV, and now she's...
you've reached Sam's phone.
Fuck.
Damn, dude.
Brutal.
Your mum just screened your call.
Fuck.
She saw it coming. She went, you know that Anne went like this. She went, she's doing whatever she's doing. She goes, oh, fuck. And then just fucking like,
what she probably did?
Flips her phone over.
She was like, it's fucking Thursday. He's doing his stupid show. I'm not answering.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we fucking go. What does he want now? What does he want? What is he gonna put me on blast on the internet for now? Oh, so what? I Photoshop a couple images of us at Christmas time. Get over it.
What a stupid thing to need to ask. I didn't know that was a thing. I feel like one of the issues with like this whole scenario of like I think I agree with you, James. I don't think this person's advice is the problem. Like, who gives a shit? If your firm has been functioning for like 15 years or whatever without fucking social media, and you're getting away with fucking bloody murder, I think you're chill. Like, let this woman fuck up your images. Let her just like, you know, give people 3 arms and fucking 4 heads and shit. Like, I think that's fun. Like,
Also,
I want
if
social
you're in
medias
a
to be weird.
if you're in a very specific niche industry, who's peeping your social media anyway? You know, I worked at a company once that again did very, very niche things across a bunch of different industries. And all the social media was just it was textbook bad social media where it was just them grandstanding about stuff that they've done. You know what I mean? It didn't consider the audience at all. It wasn't for
like
anyone.
bragging.
Yeah, it was basically, look how bloody good we are. Look what we bloody done over here. We opened up another headquarters or whatever the fuck, or you know what I mean? Or we did one of these.
Corporate
Exactly.
people think they think that like that is content. Like,
they think people
the
care
number of-
about it. They don't. No one gives a shit.
no one gives a shit. No one cares.
And all of the social engagement, because it was just like, oh, here's us at like the opening of a new enter whatever the fucking thing was, a lab or whatever. And then it was just a bunch of people there like posing in a thing. And then the only people that liked it were the people who were there. And they just saw it come up on their fucking LinkedIn or whatever. And they were like, oh yeah, that's me. Like,
yeah, this happens to me all the time. So
no one cares.
I often go to like networking roundtables because of the kind of job I do. A lot of people like want to talk to me, or like they want to meet people to do the kind of thing I do. And so I often get in the scenario, they call it like network speed dating, which I think is a terrible fucking name. But basically they put like 5 of us at a table and then everyone else rotates around.
I hate
and you meet
this.
like, it's terrible, but I have to do it as part of my job. And one of the things that always reliably happens is after the event, for some reason, many of the people and the businesses involved will post photos and videos and shit from the event on like LinkedIn, all these social medias. And it's like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
People came here to do a thing and they achieved the thing. And why are you talking about it still? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
And
it's like,
or like industry award events.
Oh my God. No one
what
cares.
Are you doing? First of all,
no one cares.
Dude, your industry awards were invented as marketing for whoever the fuck invented them. That's the only reason it exists. No one cares about it. It means nothing. Hey, we dressed up and we're on our red carpet in front of a banner that someone printed up. We won the Tech Mech Best Medal in the West award. Who gives a shit?
It's like shut up.
Best, like, or like airplane ones. Best wing. We won the Best Wing Award this year, guys. Get me out of here.
The thing that drives me fucking mad is like, so I have some awards where I'm okay with if it's trying to promote the thing that got the award, right? Like, for example, the Pulitzer Prize doesn't make the New Yorker any fucking money, but is a cool thing that exists and like gets books that would otherwise not be popular. Granted, most of the ones they picked in the last 10 years, dog shit. But, you know, it's a cool idea because it's trying to promote work that's good. I think the issue is that you're exactly right. It's when it's industry specific and it's not just like, here's a good piece of art. It's like the top 20 fucking, this person won the top user interface award in accounting software. It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? No one cares. No one cares. Shush. Just shut up about it.
Anything that's for you or for the business, no one cares about. It's got to be for an audience. It has to be interesting. It has to, something. You know what I mean?
Unless you're like, hey, I have a thing. I built it. So I did this last week, right? I built a thing that no one else in our industry has built. And I went to marketing. I was like, no one else can do this, just us. And they went fucking sick because we're going to have tons of this particular type of client, this particular type of lead who's going to fucking froth it. And they're going to want that. And they're going to come to us and say, we want that. And it was really easy. They looked at it in 1 second. They were like, cool, we have the framework. We have the campaign. Let's just do it. Versus this fucking whirlpool of this other thing that's been happening where it's like, someone's like, oh, well, you know, as this type of industry partner, we should be talking about this thing because people are going to be really excited. We did it really well. And it's like, it's taken them months to go round and fucking round because there's no one else is going to care about it.
Where's Dog in the Office Day? Show us the office dogs.
Where the office dogs?
Oh, the office dogs.
Where's the dogs? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about canines. When's barefoot day at the office? When those puppies getting out? When the dogs getting out?
Never. Hopefully
When those
never.
dogs getting out of the office?
Hopefully never, dude.
Barefoot day at the office.
Dude. Sam and I went to go see Quantumania the other week, and we're in gold class because it's literally the only way you can do movies anymore. Because I don't know if I want to get. I'll quickly say this because I have a whole thing about the cinema. But the reason that the only time I go to the cinema now is in gold class, and the reason I do that is because it prices out really shitty people.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, just because it's like 2 or 3 times more for the ticket price, everyone in there generally sucked way less, right?
Yes, well, yes, because
Especially if it's a horror movie. You can't go to a regular cinema for a horror movie. It's going to be the worst experience in the world.
I don't want a group of 17-year-olds sitting a fucking few seats away from me on their fucking TikTok the whole time. Okay, I don't want.
Don't old man this. Don't old man this.
I don't want to fucking. I don't want to dad this. Listen. I don't want. I don't want someone that's brought their kids inappropriately to a film, and the kid is fucking asking the whole time, "What the fuck is happening?" I will say this: one thing that I do miss about the After Hours podcast is the press screeners, because the press screeners, you walk into a quiet room with quiet grown-ups who sit down and watch a fucking film and shut the fuck up. One of the things about being part of the public,
no, I'm so sorry, everyone.
and leaving. Listen,
I'm so sorry what I've done to us.
If I have to go to a film that's clearly for adults, right? I went to the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman. I went to that fucking film.
And I'll say this now. Hold on, just to really get under people's skin. The best Batman movie.
The best Batman film.
The best Batman one.
It is better than The Dark Knight.
Take all of the Batman movies, all of them ever made.
Put them in the bin.
Tuck them out, because we got the best one.
We found it. I don't want to hear about it. Okay, it's the best one. But so I'm in the theater. It is 7:45 p.m. on a Saturday. Okay, it is primo.
Ooh.
Okay, viewing. Here's the thing.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. In Australia, because of the way that, like, you know, a little bit bits and bobbies work with the rating system and stuff. If you're under 18, I think it's under 15 actually, you can't get into that theater without an adult being like, "You're cool, man." Like, you need an adult with you, I think. Can't remember how exactly.
For what? MA 15? They don't give a shit. They don't
really.
A 2-year-old could walk in there and be like, "Give us a bag of Maltesers, cunt," and then just like fucking cruise through. You know what I mean?
Is it just R-rated?
Just R18. I think, yeah, like they don't give a. No one gives a fuck. Yeah.
Because so there was a father and a 12-year-old fucking kid.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm bad at guessing ages. The whole time, this fucking kid, every 20 minutes reliably.
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean? What's going on? And it's like, bruh, like, also, it's a very vibey film. There's not a lot of plot, and like there is a mystery, but like it's really about vibes and just like, and it's so much about the Sonics and the experience of being.
We're talking about the Batman. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the Batman.
The best Batman film. Sorry, yeah.
To have that disrupted every fucking 20 to 25 minutes by a kid being like, "Oh, but who's she?" It's like,
is that kid a 55-year-old mum? You sound like my mum, dude. I don't mean to throw my mum under the bus, but if I am watching anything and my mum is there, she is constantly asking, "Who's that?" Oh, and how do they know them? Mum, Mum, you know as much as I do, Mum. I don't know. We're 3 minutes in. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, Mum. I love you to death, Mum, but I don't know why you're asking me these questions. I don't know.
And I still had, and this is a testament to the quality of that film, I still had one of the best experiences I've had in a long time in the theater. Like, I mean, that film, transformative, but like,
that's the best Batman film.
It's Batman film. But it's like, what are you doing? Like, I get it. You have kids. You want to go see the new Batman. Don't bring the kid. Joe, how is it my problem that you had kids? How did that happen? How did that become a me issue?
I know that's gonna spiral into a whole other discussion about every space being presumed as being a child-friendly space. It's not. Not everywhere is for kids, and that's fine.
Oh my god, all the kid-friendly pubs. That's gonna be we can't get into it. Can't get into it.
Now, I apologize to everyone for sending David into a white-hot tirade there and to a white-hot rant that he just did. But
yeah, you really did.
I was just going to say that we went and saw Quantumania and a dude had gotten the dogs out. Fully fully leaned back in the electric chair, leaned up the tootsies and kicked off both of his shoes and went full dogs out mode. Spreading the toes and everything, and it was heinous.
Dogs are out. The dogs are out, babe. The puppies are out, babe.
Oh,
Babe, my pups are out. The dogs are who let the dogs out? I did. You know?
heinous.
You know? Oh, my mom texted back.
I feel like every time I talk about the cinema, I'm always complaining about someone. But it's because I love the movies. I love going to the movies. I love the cinema. And I really hate when people have absolutely no self-awareness. Getting the dogs out is, whatever. It's kind of grody, but, as long as the pups aren't stinking, you're perfectly fine. But when we went and saw Megan, and there was literally 3 people in that cinema, me, Sam, and the other guy who had bought the seat directly next to us.
Next to you. Yeah, I remember you texted me
completely empty cinema, and this cunt ate every piece of popcorn in his large popcorn bucket with his mouth open. Heard every chew and chomp and gnash. How, Doug? How do you
empty theater?
How do you have no self-awareness? How?
That is the cinema equivalent of walking into a bathroom and pissing at the urinal next to the person instead of pissing at the middle urinal.
It took every fiber of my being to not say, "Cunt, chew with your mouth closed. You are a grown adult. You're older than me. Chew with your fucking mouth closed. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with that's public service announcement. A question to everyone: what is wrong with these people?
What?
Oh, okay. We have to stop complaining.
Who in your life isn't being honest with you? Is my question. Because who around you is so afraid that they're not calling you on being the fucking worst?
Right.
Okay.
You've surrounded yourself with yes people. Okay?
With yes men. Yeah, you're like Mr. Musk. Okay. All right. You're like our boy Elon.
Sorry, I apologize for the tail end double rant. The back-to-back tag team rant that David and I just did there.
Yeah, that was kind of very on brand for us.
It's a hot button issue for me. It's a hot button issue for me when it comes to the cinema.
I legitimately, James, it's why I don't really go to the cinema now that I don't get press screenings. Because I got so, this sounds so fucking, this is very privileged, but I got so used to the energy and the vibe and the respect and just the experience that honestly going to a normal regular concession ticket theater, I had forgotten how bad it was. Legitimately. It's people will just talk. They're eating stuff loud. They're bringing up the cell phone with the light. They're getting up and sitting down, and they're getting up and then talking to someone and then sitting down and then leaving and coming back in, and it's just oh my fuck, it's just
the amount of people who treat the cinema like they're at home on the couch it's unfathomable.
Yeah.
And the absolute worst that I have seen was two women in front of us just forever ago when we went to the movies, and they were in a pitch black packed cinema taking backward facing camera photos of themselves with the flash on.
No.
I know. I think I've talked about
taking a selfie in a theater.
I think I've definitely talked about it on a podcast at some point, but
What does why?
Bringing up your
Why?
phone is bad enough. It's bad enough with the light and everything in a pitch black room. But you're gonna take fucking photos with the flash on, man. They got yelled at, obviously, because that's insufferable. But
That's
Anyway.
insane. Yeah. I guess to dovetail and kind of wrap us up here. So my mom did text back.
what'd she pay
So
for? What'd she
on-
subscribe to?
So on Only the Mercedes, I said, did you pay for anything, any subscriptions? She said no. And in fact, after 3 years, I lost access to a lot of things and was invited to add them back for a fee per year.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
That's the thing everywhere. Like when YouTube were like
Freemium.
one of the
Freemium.
best things you could do on YouTube was just have something playing, close your phone, and it would continue playing in the background. And they went, "Oh, people are using this. Paywall it. Go fuck yourself, everyone."
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
also a feature that they paywalled that I was using all the time, which is actually why I bought YouTube Premium, why I pay for YouTube Premium, is you could be watching a video on your phone and then instantly continue it on a browser. I do that all the time because of my current lifestyle. Like I move between machines all the time. I move between my streaming PC, my editing PC, my fucking TV, my laptop, my phone. Like it might be like a 3-hour video, and I just want to like keep that shit going.
Dog, you're
Great
paying
feature.
$22.99 a month for YouTube Premium. Wow.
I don't pay for it. It's my brother pays for it. I pay for Spotify.
You got him.
He pays.
Susan? Is Susan still the CEO there? You got him.
No, it's
He admitted
it's not,
it. He admitted it.
it's not like
Netflix
that.
him.
It's-
He's password sharing. Netflix this piece
No,
of shit.
it's legal. It's legal because it's part of the thing. You can add up to 3 users, and I'm one of the users. It's like Adobe where we have 2 machines.
What are you doing? What are you doing to us?
Fuck. I mean, James, we have to end. That's the end of the advisor. Bleep that. Cut that in the edit. Bleep that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hey,
We need to get
thanks
out
for
of here
watching.
before David says anything
Fucking
else about
criminating.
until he tells him about the Netflix account that we're sharing.
Shit. Before they realize we're we're sharing all the passwords.
How many
On
Stan
a-
accounts do you guys have? One, you're cooked, cunts.
You're done. Your show's over. You owe us $1,000. It's crazy how that works. James,
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix comes in and they backdate the subscription
Oh.
pay that you are.
they're gonna
Like,
they're
hey,
gonna do it. Tim.
we actually crunched the numbers on this one, and we did
You owe
we
us
we did
20
notice
grand.
that there were 3 additional people sharing that account, and we did notice that you've been doing it for 18 months. So we are going to need you to back pay us on that one. Yeah, sorry, but
I feel like this whole password sharing with Netflix is them misunderstanding why people still have Netflix. Everybody has Netflix because it's so easy. And the second you're like, once every 30 days, you're going to need to log in against that IP address. That's too hard. The whole like Netflix is not a great stream. It's just the original streaming service. But like it's not that great. And I feel like they've misunderstood their whole appeal is the lack of friction. And artificially introducing friction that's going to make you pay more. I don't think it's going to go great for them. My hot
exactly.
take.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I would like to take this time now to say, Zuck, we see that you're Eloning Instagram and you're going to make us pay for a badge,
I'll check.
and
yeah.
we will absolutely be doing that. Thank you so
We will be
much.
doing that. Yeah, we're going to be taking the proceeds from the pet advertisement and funneling that into Instagram checkmark, which is exciting for us. We're very excited. And if you're on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at BLK Swan Society.
Hell of a
That is where you
segue,
can
dude.
find us.
Hell of a
Thank
segue. That was
you.
really good,
And
actually.
you've ruined it now that you've actually interrupted me. I was doing quite well, and you've actually ruined it by kind of interjecting with that.
Well, I would say that you ruined it by coming out of it to attack me, to then have to go back.
Well, I
into
didn't
it,
have
so
to. Well, no,
I don't-
I didn't bring us
I was
out
just
of it.
no.
brought
Well,
us out of it
yeah,
by
but you were
interrupting.
talking. You were talking,
So-
and you were saying, and I just was sort of like you were
No, no,
getting.
listen,
but
no,
you were sort of
I
getting a
get it.
live
You-
note from like a producer in
No, no.
your ear that was just like,
Well, yeah,
well
but-
done, mate, well done, and you
Right.
could have, as a professional,
Well,
kept going, but you decided to
because-
derail
well,
the
I-
whole
no,
show.
I couldn't.
You decided to
Sorry.
derail the whole thing to call me
Sorry.
out for fucking saying a nice thing.
Sorry.
I take it back now.
What-
I take it back.
How am I supposed to stay in the moment when you've got this little meta commentary chirping in my fucking AirPods? Okay? Fuck. I've told you before, don't be doing that shit while I'm live, James. You know I don't like it. Fuck.
Well, I
Twitch.tv
take it
slash
back
Black
now.
Swan Society. Twitch.tv slash Black Swan Society. Watch us live. Watch us live 6 p.m. AEST. We might be changing up the schedule soon, but not next week, probably. You can watch us live, join the conversation there. We also live stream on YouTube. Hey, thank you so much for watching and listening. You can email us blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com if you have advice, if you have questions, if you're like, man, I'd love these two funny boys to sort something out in my life, blackswansociety.mail@gmail.com. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if you're listening to this, watching this on your podcast catcher of choice or on your streaming service of choice, please consider giving us a rating or a review. It really does help. Leave us a comment, do the engagement thing. You guys know how it works. But if we're being completely honest, the best way you can help the show is to send it to one person you think might enjoy it. So open up the old Zuck book, find Uncle Steve and send him a DM and say, hey, listen, Uncle Steve, I know we haven't talked since 3 years ago when you got too drunk at the Christmas party and you called me a whore, but I think you really enjoyed this episode of The Advisory. It's a funny show where two funny boys talk about advice, the world, and what it means to be a human. I think you really enjoy it. Okay.
What if you do share roulette this week and you just pull up this episode, you hit share, and then it pulls up the list of, people that you could potentially message it to, and just fucking swipe it really hard and fast to the right.
Don't check.
And then fucking just click one and then just send it off. Don't even check.
Yeah. Maybe your solicitor really likes a funny boys doing funny advice. You won't know until you try. So hey, James, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you. Well, I was going to say I appreciate you, James, but you kind of threw me off my game at the end.
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming, listening, doing all the engagement review stuff. We appreciate that. And again, I just sort of like to take this sort of final 30 seconds to a minute of the show and apologize for David's sort of tirade rant at the end there.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
And
talk your shit.
Obviously,
talk your shit.
If we sort of remember, more recently for us now, that time that a simple compliment absolutely derailed the entire outro. We'll sort of work on David's professionalism and his ability to sort of keep it together, and we'll work on that this week. And just know that we will be back next week. Bigger, better, faster, stronger, photoshopped, slightly taller.
Slightly taller and thinner. We'll be back, as James says, next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. This has been The Advisory. Goodbye.
Say hi to your dad for me.
And ask him why he's been gone so long.
Well, no, I think enough time has passed that people don't really remember Rove. So we could probably start stealing Rove's.
What's his thing?
Say hi to your mum for me, or whatever it is.
Right. Okay. What's our equivalent of that?
Say hi to your mum for me. We just steal it.
Oh, we just lift it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try to emphasize.
Yeah, you got one.
This has been The Advisory. Same bad time, same bad channel. Next week, say hi to your mum for me. Goodbye.
Why the goodbye at the end though? Why do you feel like it?
Oh, does he not do that? That's how he ends.
He ends it with say hi to your mum for me. Yeah.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Let me
do it again, but like really fucking give it to the sign off line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of end it with as much energy as you would sort of begin the show with.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. This has been The Advisory. Same bad time, same bad channel. Next week, say hi to your mom for me.
Okay, that's just really quickly. Just a quick note. You got it. Give the whole thing some sort of upward energy, because
what do you think that was?
Well, the way you were saying same bad channel, same bad place, it felt it was down. It was very sort of yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I might need to stand up for this.
Okay.
I'm upstanding.
Credits are rolling over the top of you, and all the guests are talking amongst themselves. You look over to the camera and you say,
This has been the advisory. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Same bad time, same bad channel next week. Say hi to your mum for me.
what is this, Burjo's catchphrase, cunt? What are you
don't
fucking,
know
what is that?
I don't know what energy you want.
Just up, sort of like, you're doing same bad channel. See how it's down? Same bad channel, same bad place. See how that's up?
Okay. All right. Okay. I understand what you're after. Sorry. One
yeah.
last time.
Last one. You got it. We're gonna go.
Same
No, hold on.
channel,
Whoa. We're going out on this one. Okay, we're doing it live. This is the final one. This is the one we're going out on. Okay.
Okay.
So make it count. All right, let's do it.
Same bad time, same bad channel. This has been the advisory. Say hi to your mum for me.
The say hi to your mum for me line was good. It was still down. It was still down.
I don't know what
One
you
more,
mean
just
by
one
that.
more. Up.
What
up.
do you mean? What?
Same bad channel,
What does
same
up
bad
sound?
place. You know, like up, hit it up, that type of thing.
You want me
Right?
to just move my vocal register higher?
Yeah. You're bringing it down. You're sort of an
That's how I sound. That's my voice.
Oh, well, yuck. Curve it upwards. An upwards curve. You're downward curving it. Okay? We're going to go out on this one. All right. I believe in you.
I don't know what you want from me.
All right. Last one. Ramp it up. We're going up like that. Yeah. Going up.
Okay.
That kind of, yeah, you got it.
This has been the advisory. Same bad time, same bad channel. Say hi to your mum for me.
Fucking nailed it, dude. Rushed it.